portion of the damage, the chase down for this Kalista that BDS don't have to work with. So we'll keep an eye on this Garen with Strikebreaker, see where he ends up as Baron now spawns, breaks the rift. There are 3 Baron pits. Is this the Hunter's one? Territorial. It's not all-seeing.
Yeah, I believe it's the
Territorial
one. Honestly, the name for Baron. They're all still more or less the same. They all just have slightly different attacks.
Yeah. It's just got a pointier nose. You know, exactly. Baron is just refined.
One has a big horn, the other one has a big eye, and then there's this one.
And then the all-seeing one, I don't know what that has, but it has a long pathway.
That's a long pathway.
Yeah. That one's easy. But it doesn't really change much, just a bit of knowledge. It's just not useful at this point in time.
GX will secure that top tower. The cross map happening from BDS on the bot side, but it's a situation where there's not really much to be gained for either side.
Yep.
They're just kind of collecting those last pieces, those final outer towers. You can see it's 2-3 in favor of BDS because BDS do still hold on to that mid-tier 1. It's a difficult one to siege though for Giants just because they are playing into Orianna, Varus, Ashe. 3 long-range and deadly champions that if you get too close to a tower can be very deadly. So GX, they have to be cautious. They have to wait for an opportunity.
Yes.
And I imagine that this dragon is going to be that opportunity. 2 minutes till the next spawn. It's just going to be the pushing back and forth of waves, but both of these teams should consider slowly starting to clear out vision towards that bottom side of the map, slowly start shifting their control towards that direction.
You got the word opportunity now can't really be said in broadcast if you're talking about it, because the item
that's true.
That's come up from Ice, of course, alongside the Youmu's. Opportunity is there. The burst of movement speed, quite nuts. I think more so as well. Ice's burst damage going to be a lot to deal with Patrick, as both these AD carries hit their second item as well. We're getting across that territory with Nuke getting towards his double needlessly large into the Rabadons. Even Trinity Force up on the top side for Adam, which before this patch wouldn't actually be possible. Nice to see double mythic in the game. You know, years from now, people not know what that is.
I'm a bit surprised to see the Stridebreaker. I mean, I understand why you would build it on Garen.
Yeah.
But the impression that I got was the changes to Stridebreaker meant that it wasn't anywhere near as strong as it used to be. And champions that used to build it didn't quite have that same value. But Adam's saying, you know what, it still works, it still does the job. Now he has that extra damage from the Triforce as well, so we'll see what he's able to do to the backline. Level 14 on the Garen. Overall, a very solid game and performance from him. But here we are, Dragon, 35 seconds. It is GX that have control. They have the push in the bot side from Jackie's. He's now going to move through the river and clear out that vision. But it's BDS, found the arrow.
Onto the jungler as well, Chains Corruption, Shockwave, that's triple ulti, but they've taken out a key piece towards this next neutral.
Yeah, a very big pick onto Peach. He does have the flash, but he wasn't able to react in time. Now Jackie's trying to stay in the fog of war. Observers, can we see what BDS see as they get closer and closer to this dragon? Because they're cautious of the potential flank coming out from Jackie's. And it looks like GX are just going to respect it. They know they don't have the jungler. They don't want to even attempt this 5v5. And so that means that the dragons are going to be two apiece.
But good stats boost coming through from BDS. We've rolled into the mid game. BDS have a gold lead, but this game has ebbed and flowed back and forth. It's a 2,000 gold lead, or if I could do proper math, I'd say 3 at 23 minutes in, but no real solidifying play just yet. And we haven't seen that big team fight come through from the Nico, from the Kalista ult as well, with the drop down from Ignar. You know, with Odoamne getting involved either. But as the Enchantress arrow comes out from Labrov, gonna stop the back, but it's a fake. And look, not the biggest cooldown, but Jackie's at least baiting it out.
Still done that from Jackie's. Adam going to be pushing in this bot. Jackie's showing respect that he likely can't win in a fight against the Garen. Getting closer to level 15 for Adam. But yeah, it's been a surprisingly, well, I don't know if slow game is the fair, but we've kind of had a slower mid-game, I guess.
Yeah.
With not many objectives to play for right now. We talked about why it's difficult for GX to really siege onto this mid-tier 1, so they're not even trying. Instead, they're constantly fighting for this river vision. They have control around the Baron for now. Smite is up in a few seconds for Peach. Adam just being annoying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Garen's got a lot of health at the moment as well, so doesn't really care as red buff distributed nicely. Everyone with a red buff. It's like being on an Oprah Winfrey show. Everybody gets a prize, but which one is real? Onto Labrov, this TP could be game-changing for Jackie's. With the Hex play, Tangle Barb's out. Odoamne, though, maybe the true hero, as he can't find any follow-up, but the re-engage is massive. They over-command for Giant X. They're going to get out of there. 2 already down. And BDS are just whittling away. They're all lethality, but it doesn't matter at this point in the game. But Shale is bopping them on their heads. Giant X running away with their tail between their legs. And for the cost of Adam, now they've got 4 alive that can stare down the Baron.
Yeah, BDS are making their way. Well, I thought they were making their way towards that objective. Instead, they're not going to gamble it. They recognize that Peach is still alive and they don't want to take the risk. Peach not quite able to connect the Q onto Labrov. But Jackies gets caught out. This arrow catching GX off guard twice now.
Yep.
They caught Peach in the mid lane. They catch them again in mid. And you'll see a situation where I think GX need to be more respectful of this pick potential. The idea here is pretty good. They recognize that Labrov is out of position. And he just sidesteps that. He gets brought in. He then flashes away to safety. But a great VAR assault is actually what locks him up. That allows the execution to come through from Adam. The damage then from Ice finds that kill onto Ignar. And then it's full retreat from GX. Crucially, they got Patrick's flash in this fight, which means that around the next dragon spawn, he's not going to have that available, and you can bet that Adam will have him in his sights.
Yeah, the defensive capability determined is not going to be enough for him to survive through. We also saw in that last fight how long it actually takes to take down Adam when he isn't running the hard tank items either, just running as a bruiser. A quick note as well, maybe quicker to take down Adam in the next fight for Patrick if he survives without that flash. Now with the Gwinsus, a lot of on-hit applied. Those 3 items are going to pack a punch, and you know, as this game goes on as well, I feel like we're going to be talking about Patrick more and more, the 6-2 and 3 Kalista, who still feels ever so relevant. But again, BDS, you know, you ask good questions. You're a very smart man. I called you smart at Worlds. I call you smart here again.
I appreciate that, friend.
No flash on Kalista when you have someone like the Garen. When you already talked about Adam's secret sauce on this pick, chasing down Kalistas at Worlds.
Oh, they may have found Nuke here. Can they actually find the collapse?
Good question. BDS are here to back up, though. Fate's call used. Nuke flashes away. Ignar can't reach him, but BDS won't have a counterplay of their own.
So they get the flash out from Nuke. We talk about champions that hate to lose their flash. Orianna is definitely one of them. A relatively low mobility mage. She does get the movement speed from a W, but aside from that, if Ignar gets on top of her, there's very few places that she's going to be able to run away to. Now we see, once again, this fight around the vision for Baron. 3K is the gold lead for BDS. It's not so significant that I would be worried for Giants at this point. A lot of it is sitting on the jungle difference and the support difference too, right?
Yep.
So that gold is a little more inflated than it arguably should be. See that one ward though, where Jackie's is spotted out. Our observers are highlighting it right now. Potential TP flank, but I say that no TP available for Nuke. They know the Baron is being started.
Look, Adam has to walk up. Remember, again, no teleport. So if this goes down fast enough, BDS are going to have a numbers disadvantage. There's that teleport finally from Odo.
Jackie's.
Excuse me, you're exactly right. There's a shockwave. No, Odo comes in, absorbs the damage, though. They're still doing the Baron. Cassante doesn't die as Adam runs on in to be a nuisance, but Ignar on the backside in zone control. Heaven as Jackie's runs on in, finds Duke with a solo. The Baron's already down, remember, but Jackie's now going to be the next target. Adam has one chase as that Graves ulti makes it another. Here we go. Adam will not die, does not want them to live. And Odo, as he zones out the Baron enhanced recalls, it's all a ruse to try to get out in the nick of time. Peach does have a bit of gap close to get out of there. But will he be able to get the Baron enhanced recall? BDS chase him down. They know exactly where he is on vision. But still, you gotta say, even if they can get Peach in the end, 2 for the cost of the Baron when you're down in gold.
I think he has a way to get out of this, you know. He Qs onto a minion.
Got him.
Then the W.
Hey, one more turret shot though. He's close to dying. I mean, Adam is a treadmill.
Movement speed though. Ignar gets the stun and the blast of the arrow.
Still lands on him. Still chasing. Shares there. Flashes. Now Ignar might be in a bit of trouble. They're going to teleport on this from Ginex trying to save their jungler to having to use the Fate's Call to get out. It transitions to Dragon. Bedius, a long source of play there from that Baron.
We call it around the world. You know, he's taken us a tour of Summoner's Rift. They were able to get that kill. They did have to invest the flash from Sheo, and it will be converted into a Cloud Drake as well. The gold gap not really getting closed here. You can see the Baron power play is at minus 150 gold right now.
Very true.
It's BDS starting to put pressure on the map, knowing that they have the numbers advantage. I do hope that we get a replay if we get a moment's pause of that last fight, because I really think Jackie's baited out the shockwave from BDS in a very creative way. It baited me, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But now, BDS putting pressure onto this tier 2 in the bot lane. GX doing what they can to try and defend.
But you're right at the very least where, you know, the Baron play being negative, the Baron play so far not holding too much, at least delaying minions down the bottom side. But the one thing people forget is, even if you get yourself 3 of the Void Grubs early, when you are the winning team, when you have push power like you do, the DOT's massive. Oh my God, that arrow, ladies and gentlemen. We cut to commercial break. It's like watching Neighbours on Channel 9. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be relevant, but I do not know what shows they show in Berlin.
Now, that was a really nice stall from both Ignat and Jackie's on the back line. But crucially, at the start of that fight, the Kalista did get out. It was all fine. But at the start of that fight, it was Jackie's that turned into Odoamne, which made me believe that Odoamne was actually already there at the fight. And he was walking around on vision. So when the TP came through, I actually thought it was Jackie's that was TPing in. But of course, it was Odo. Now, I got baited by that. I don't know if they also got baited by that because they dropped the shockwave onto the Odoamne because they didn't have it for the fight. But in the end, they walk away with the Baron, but it does cost them 2 members. They were able to get that kill onto Jackie's with the Garen chase down. They did what they could.
Coaching staff are like, what is going on? I mean, again.
They tried to get Peach out to safety. Unfortunately, he ends up getting caught down as well.
Yep. And you're just left with amazement as to what this game has become. Still with BDS with the lead, but...
Odo is taking 0 damage right now.
Absolute zilch, isn't he? I mean, again, he's 3 items strong. We've got a Warmogs in there as well, so Odo stays out of the fight for a bit. He gets up to full health. But Vetty, you know, the biggest thing is, I'm looking at that team, who's really going to hurt him? We got lethality coming through. We know spikes earlier on. We've got a bit of pen coming through now from Ice, but Odo doesn't have too much consistent DPS outside of the side of the Graves of the Orianna. Or maybe there's more than that anyway. Maybe the Garrett as well as the arrow narrowly avoided.
I guess the idea is to avoid Odoamne at all costs.
Okay.
The advantage of playing Tokusando is
Who's that?
As a single target. That's a great question.
I think that's Odo. We're going to avoid Odoamne, but he can dive turrets at this point as Sonic Wave threatens that. Mid turret needs to go down. It's 31 minutes into the game, and Giant X are still trying to batten down this.
But they can't break
structure.
it. It's just such a big range difference. Kalista, when sieging onto a tower, she's so susceptible to a potential collapse from the ultimate from Varus, the shockwave from Orianna, the ulti from the Ashe as well. I think GX are smart to avoid trying to force